What is up, YouTube family? Welcome back to the channel. A couple of months ago, I made a video about 5 particular oils to run or not to run in your twin cam Harley Davidson. Now, the 6th oil that I put in, I said I would give you more as I found out about it. And I found out a lot, actually, but I've never explained anything else about it. So today, we're gonna touch on that subject. Stick around, stay tuned. Let's roll to the intro. Get in the car like this and smile, there's something wrong with you. What is up, YouTube family? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Bad LSX Garage. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm glad to have you. If you've been here for a while and you're OG, let's keep rocking, guys. Let's keep doing this. Now, I've had several comments about making this particular video right here, so here it is. A couple of months ago, I made a video about what oils to use or not to use in your twin cams. We all know that these twin cams are noisy. No matter what you do, you can't take that sewing machine sound out. Now, some oils do. You don't think they will, but they will. And let me explain. A lot of people's going to disagree with this because they have before. But oils break down. They may not break down in viscosity, but they actually do break down. They get thinner. The tolerances get thinner, and you're, what tolerance? What are you talking about? Well, oil makes up the difference for tolerances between different things, whether it be your lifters and your push rods or whether it's in the bearings. And when that motor gets hot, and especially 300 degrees, you got a summer day with this hot motorcycle sitting in traffic, absolutely 300 degrees between your legs. That oil breaks down. It gets thin. It has to. That's just the way it's designed. But with that design becomes those sounds. And that's the sounds that I don't want. That's the sounds that makes me think, oh no, I've got a lifter tick. Oh no, the rods are going out of it. Blah, 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 blah. So this is what started that journey on trying to find a particular oil that I'm happy with that will quieten down this twin cam 96. It's a 96 for now. It's getting ready to go to a 103, but that's beside the story. I'm sure you've seen the previous video on that as well. Full disclosure here, guys. I am no way, no how sponsored by any of these oil companies. Also, I've tried to keep everything within a couple of 100 miles as far as the change in the oil goes, so it's equal. I'm not in a laboratory. I'm not in a fixed environment. I'm doing it in real world. So sometimes, in my opinion, that's the best way to do it, real world situations. Also, I'm doing it by manufacturer specs, 2050 full synthetic. Now, with that being said, let's talk about the 5 oils that I ran in the last video. If you've already watched the last video, you know what I'm gonna say. Let's go ahead and get to it. Number 1 on the list, being number 1, is going to be Castrol GTX. Great oil, lasted, done what it needed to do up until 500 miles. 500 miles, it seemed to start breaking. When I said 500 miles, I mean 500 miles of the oil change. So around 2,500 miles, it started to break down a little bit. You could hear that sound coming back more pronounced. You could hear things just not doing really what they needed to do. So to me, that told me it was time for an oil change. It still didn't last as long as I wanted it to, but still a great oil. Even when I changed it, it looked clean. Everything looked great. Looks as it should. Number 2 on the list. Now, number 2 and number 3 are still going to be number 2 because I can't call it between them. They're that close. Mobil 1 and Harley Sin 3. Those, they're neck and neck. Now, the time span in between is not. You're looking at probably 1,500 miles for both of them, 1,500 to 1,800 miles in, and they're going to start breaking down. They're going to start again. Now listen, when I'm saying breaking down, people are going off about this in the comment section. Oh, it don't break down, it's blah. Listen, I'm not trying to have a schlong measuring contest with you. What I'm saying by breaking down is those tolerances. I'm saying that that oil is thinning out. I'm not saying necessarily the viscosity is gone. I'm saying that it's thinning out, that it's got hot, that it's breaking down. It's not as thick as it used to be. Okay, that's what I'm saying in that aspect. It's not that, I don't know where you're trying to go with this. I'm not trying to look for a scientific answer. I'm looking for a real world answer. Okay, that's why this video. Now, the next one on the list, still a great oil. Great oil. I've run it in several different things throughout the years and no complaints. The only complaint I have about it is what makes it, honestly, it's crazy to even say. The complaint that I have is what makes it so popular. And that's that it's got too much detergent in it, Valvoline. Valvoline is a great oil, but it's high in detergent. So also it didn't last as long. And I don't know, probably about 1,400 miles in, it kind of started about the same. You know, you start hearing it more and more, and the more you ride, the more pronounced it becomes. Still not the length that I'm looking for, not what I'm needing, especially when I'm riding the way I'm riding. Next on the list, listen, if you've seen the previous video, I don't even have to explain this one to you. But I would not run this oil in my chainsaw. I would not run it in my lawnmower. And the product they've got a lot of products out, and I've used every one of them. Matter of fact, I still use their fuel treatment. But Lucas 2050 twin cam oil is garbage. I'm sorry. When I first started this channel, and when I knew that I wanted to do YouTube, my biggest thing was that I wanted to be honest. No matter how much money was introduced into anything or whatever, that I could always give my honest opinion. That's been my goal since day one. I don't want to lie to anybody. I always want to be truthful. And I think a lot of you, that's why you're here, is because I am truthful. If you're not here for the long form videos, you're here for the shorts, because my shorts I'm truthful in. So I push for that. That's who and what I am. And when I tell you that none of this is sponsored, none of this right here today is sponsored, I can wholeheartedly give my honest review. And I got to say that I'm pleasantly surprised. I knew Amsoil was good, but I didn't know it was this good. Let's get you guys in here. We're 3,200 miles in. There was no ticking at all when I drained this oil, and it still looks just like it did when I poured it out of the bottle into this bike 3,200 miles ago. I'm just, look at that. I'm just amazed. The viscosity is on point. It's just like it just came out of the bottle. I can't believe it, honestly. If I hadn't have done this, if I'd have watched this on TV, I would not have believed it. But I'm doing it myself, and I don't even have words, honestly. So without a doubt, this is my #1 oil. Now, with that being said, I have to have a little confession here. That ain't it. Clean up aisle 3. How do you know that you might need to lose a little weight? Well, you know, I feel like, what's that movie? Shallow Hal Needs a Gal, or whatever that is.
Trust me, whatever you're doing, it's working. It is working.
Oh, go on. Oh my God! Are you okay? Oops.
Phew, I got a confession to make. I know I need to lose a little weight, but I didn't know I needed to lose that much. When Shallow Hal hits the ground, it's time to do a little bit of something, come on. But anyways, the confession that I was going to make before I hit the ground was that even though Amsoil is number one in my book, that I am going to, right now, put Castrol GTX back in this bike. Stop yelling. Stop. No, I didn't hit my head. Quit yelling at me. Back up. I don't need to go to the doctor. Let me explain. Shh. Calm down. Breathe. Just breathe. The reason why I'm going to put Castrol GTX back in it right now is because if you watched the previous video, you know that I'm getting ready to take my 96 to a 103. I'm changing jugs and pistons, doing a little work to it. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to drain out gold. That stuff is liquid gold. Take expensive stuff, put 500 miles on it, 1,000, and then drain it back out. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So I'm going to go with my number 2. I'm going to put Castrol GTX back in it, break in my motor, break in my rings, 500,000 miles, empty this out, and put Amsoil in from that point on. That's it. That's all. See, it wasn't that bad after all. You just got to calm down every once in a while. So I know there are other oils out there. I realize that there's still 2 really good oils left, Royal Purple and Redline, both great oils from what I've read. Now, to me, I'm done. I found what I was looking for. I found the oil that gives me the mileage, still takes away the tick, doesn't break down, it's there. I found that. But if you guys are wanting to see me actually run these other oils, the Redline or the Royal Purple, put down in the comment section. Yes, I want you to run them. After I get this motor broke in, after everything's done, then instead of changing to Amsoil, I'll either run Redline or Royal Purple, whichever one you guys prefer or pick. Or if pick both, then we'll figure it out. But if I don't get any comments on this, Amsoil is the one. I'm done at this point. So you need to put down in the comment section, make sure, because if you don't, I'm done. Okay? All right. To everyone out there watching this, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the little tumble there, little fall, because my back didn't enjoy it. I'm just going to tell you, my back's a little hurt right now. But either way, I'm going to have to buy Mama a table. But either way, if you haven't yet, go down there and hit that subscribe button, as well as giving me a big thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video. For you OGs out there, show those newcomers what's up. Are you ready? Let's do this. Peace. I'm out.